Welcome back,
Go.
everybody. Welcome back, everybody.
I'm here.
It's Weiss Wolf and Lambo 685.
Yeah, sure. I might be here.
Why you got your hand up? Do you have a question?
I don't know.
Anyways, so today we're doing some like advanced coding stuff.
Yeah, so last episode we talked about some basics of. I need to fix these lights. This ain't.
What? You don't like my dance party?
No, it's fine. All right, so yeah, so last episode we talked about basic coding with the Automatic LCDs 2 mod. We set up these inventory controls, and yeah, I think that was pretty much all we did for that. I've done a little bit more on the drilling rig, just doing some tinkering and stuff, but I wanted to talk about a little bit more advanced controls. So what I'm going to do, I think, is going to set up a sacrificial monitor. Let's do. I don't know where I can put it. It's too big. It's too big.
Just put it on the floor.
Oh, can I?
There we go.
So this is going to be an interesting learning experience, but we'll get it done.
Okay.
So, what we're going to do to start off, and I think, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and set this to text. First of all, I have to go in and set up LCD again on the title so that it connects.
By the way, it's called a curly bracket. You were right last time.
Curly bracket, yep. Oh, that's what I did. I used that wrong. Now we should be good. We get our display online, and there we go. So as long as you have this command line on top, or this line on top, then you're connected to the mod with the display.
Yep.
So I think what I want to do instead of typing the code right away so that you can see what I'm doing is put it in text on the screen, and then I'll just copy it over.
That's
So last time
cool.
we did something like this. Where's my asterisk? There it is. Inventory plus ores. So we have something like that, and that says pull. You're going to do inventory. The asterisk means all connected containers, and plus ores. That's what you want it to read from. All right. So what we're going to do now is actually change this slightly. It's going to be the same. It's going to do the same exact thing, except we're going to change it to inv list. It's hard to say.
Like inventory, just shortened.
Yeah. So it does the exact same thing. It's going to show us all the ores out of all of our containers, except it doesn't have the component summary or the ore summary, that title on the top. So if you come over to our displays now and look at the top, it's no longer on there. And so, I mean, because we know what these are. We don't need that extra line on there. Excuse me. So, yeah. Now, so that's just something a little interesting. Now what we're going to do is do a little bit of extra add-ons, I guess you could say. So you can go, and from now on, I'm going to be using the inventory list or inv list, like I just showed you, because it's faster to type out. but the word inventory does the same thing. It just adds that summary bar at the top. So if you do the inventory list NB like this, then it means no bars. So it'll hide all the progress bars. If you do so, no bars. If you do list inventory list NN, that's no numbers. List NNB is no numbers or bars. So okay.
So all the stuff on the right where it says no and spelled out, that's not actually what you do. It's just what.
Yeah, no,
this
that's
means.
just saying what it is.
Yeah.
So kind of simple, but if you don't want all that data on the screen, mainly this isn't for ores. It's mainly for the components and the ingots. But if you don't want the progress bars, let's say, then you can get rid of them. Or you don't want the numbers on there. You just want the progress bar. You can get rid of that, or a combination of the two. So that's just something. It's not really super important, but it something to add on there. All right. So I think the next thing we're going to talk about, let me look through my list here, is power. So what we're going to do with power is just type power. Simple. So now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to go into the actual custom data, and I'm going to type power.
Whoa.
So what this is showing is, see, that's why we shouldn't have done that. Whatever. So it's showing all of our solar, our turbines, our batteries, our stored power, inputs and outputs, and our total output altogether. And it's showing the first list is like for solar is how much is going in. That's how much solar power we are making out of the max we could be making, or something like that. So it's either that, or was it?
Mm-hmm.
So it shows the maximum achievable power output, and the what we're using, I guess, is what it is. So we're using 73 kilowatts of solar power. We could be making 142 kilowatts. That's the max we're making right now. Once the sun goes down, you can see like number fluctuates a lot. But once the sun goes down, that number is going to drop to zero, because obviously we don't use solar at night. But the turbines, go up and down. Batteries go up and down. How much we use and how much we have. Outputs and inputs, all that stuff. The stored, it shows how we have 171 megawatts of power stored out of a possible of 171 megawatts. So we have 100% storage right now. We're only using 2.1 megawatts when we could be using 684. Our input is 2.1 megawatts. That varies a little bit. 684. And yeah. So just kind of some data on your power. And this one also has a couple side things you can do. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Go back to the text. You can do power X, power P, no space, and power V. So just like that. So what that does, power X shows only the percentage with no progress bar. Power P shows the percentage and the progress bar without the exact power readings. So no actual reading of what you're using at the time. Power V shows the exact power value but no percentage and progress bar. So for example, let's go into custom data and go power V. So this is showing what we're using per device right now. All right. So with power, it also works on reactors and stuff like that, but we don't have any of those right now. You can also do names with it. Now we have, I don't think we have, let me see. We have our batteries. We do. So what I can do is I can go power V, what was it called? The curly, something like that?
Curly bracket.
Curly bracket, that's right. And I can type in battery 2 and close the curly bracket. That should, in theory, yep. So this is looking at anything named battery 2, and if you need to go in and look at the code, you can.
Yeah.
It looks for anything that's named battery 2 and shows just that device. So if you wanted to put these on display next to your turbines, have one small display per turbine, not one of these big ones, then you could do that. And it'll show, and type it in as just that turbine, and it'll give just that power usage. The only issue is you need to be exact with your names. Because let's say you have battery 1, battery 2. When you go in, battery 1 and battery 2 are going to be fine. But when you type in the first battery without the number, it's going to see, oh, these ones also have battery in their name. I'm going to pull from them as well. So it looks for anything with that word in it. So you need to be specific. So you need to have battery 1, battery 2, battery 3 versus battery 1, battery 2. Make sense?
Nope. Yes.
Okay. Class dismissed. No, I'm playing.
All right, bye. Lunch.
Lunchtime? No. All right. You can also do power stored, but it's pretty much the same thing, but it just shows your stored power versus your usage and all that. And for that, you type in power stored or power stored X, P, V, same thing that was before. You can also put names after that as well. And what's the next one I want to use or what I want to show? Oh, we can do this. So the next one we can use, and it's actually very useful, I think, especially when you're on a ship, is power time. Not hammer time, power time. That's interesting. It shows charge time of 1 second. So that shows everything's already charged right now. It takes 1 second to charge everything back up that we have connected to the space, all the batteries and everything like that. But if you go in and go, oh, a change.
3 days.
So yes, now we have 3 days,
Okay.
54 days. I think it's calculating everything, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
We have a lot of stuff connected to the
Why did
space.
the lights just change? Okay, that was weird.
I don't know. It's cycling through. That's weird. So I'm gonna do. How is that? In 1 second.
9 days.
Huh?
9 days.
Yep.
7 days to die. And 1 second. We're dead.
So now, what you can do is you can type in a specific number, and it's kind of like a quota, or however you want to put it. So it can say, where is my power compared to a quota of 5 days? So, but you have to do it in hours. So for that, it would be 120 hours. You're going to do this with. Actually, I think that's what I did wrong. Let me see. Let me see if that fixes it. No, it didn't. Okay. So you can do power time asterisk with 120. And that should, yes. So that should gives you power time. You got 3 days, 14 hours. Okay. The light just turned on.
It's 100% with 1 second.
Why does it keep changing like that?
I mean, our power is fluctuating constantly. I don't know.
Well, no, it's changing the title. I don't know why it's changing the title. Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. Not gonna do anything?
Stop.
I killed it.
Yep. Murder!
Yeah, okay. So that shows compared to 5 days. Stupid. Stop cycling! Let's try that. I don't think it's gonna work. Nope. It just. So I typed in power time X.
I mean, at least that one showed that we had 100% battery. Power time X.
Yeah. It's not working how it's supposed to work for some reason. I don't know why.
Because it hates you.
It really does. Its charge time and all that's supposed to be a completely different thing. So I don't know why it's putting charge time and all that in there. What I might be able to do, let me see. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
120. 171 megawatt. Okay. Battery.
So that shows everything stored, and that's power stored.
What is that?
Whatever. Okay, so it's not working for me right now. I don't know why. It worked on the ship, but now it's not working properly for this.
Probably because we just got so much stuff hooked up to it. It's like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Maybe. I don't know. So you can also do block count, which displays the number of blocks for a specific type. Let's see. Let's see if that'll work for me.
Well, we're not adding any blocks, so hopefully. Whoa, gosh.
So, yeah. Let me see if I can bring down the font
Block count.
to an acceptable level.
It's just block count and asterisks.
So it's kind of hard to see, but Yeah, it shows all of our block counts.
It just
There's
got
a
even
lot
worse.
of blocks in this game. Yeah. So what you can do to limit that down is just add in a name. So let's do, I think this one works.
Whoop. Oh, okay. Wait. The count is missing.
It should come back. I changed the font. So
There
yeah,
it
there
is.
it is. So
Lights.
yeah, it shows all of our lights,
And that was
which it isn't
like
supposed to do that. It's supposed to show light armor
that.
blocks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this thing is so. It can be a pain sometimes coding this correctly. Obviously.
I was
Why
like,
is it not
"Yay,
allowing me
lights
in?"
are working. Look in there. Not even supposed to be lights.
No. Let's see if that works.
Armor
Armor
count.
count is 0. Okay. Let's do something I know that we have.
Cargo
Cargo.
containers.
Yeah. There we go.
Cool.
So that's, we have 48 cargo container large and 42 small. The small ones are on the ships. So yeah, if you just type in whatever you want to type in, and then if you want to do, you can do commas to separate things, or spaces, or yeah, it can be spaces or commas. But if it's if you want to do like a, how do you want to say it? If it needs to be like wind turbines, you don't put the space between wind and turbine. You keep it together.
Keep it together, man.
Yes.
Or a woman.
So, sound good? Okay. Okay. And then we can go. What's the next one I want to look at? Yeah, I won't do that one. Oh, well, this one we can't test properly here, but I can show it. This one's more for when you're in space.
Oxygen?
Yep.
No oxygen
So-
blocks found. What?
We don't have any oxygen machines.
We have H2O2 generator right here.
I don't think it's talking about that.
No,
I
like
think it's
vents?
talking about like air vents and oxygen farms, stuff like that. But yeah, it doesn't. It's not going to show that on here on Earth because we don't have any, obviously.
You could build one real quick.
So, yeah, I don't want to bother with all that.
Fair enough.
Simple ones, if you want to. Capital would help. Time and date.
I mean, you can get that anyways
Yeah,
from regular scripting.
yeah. I'm just,
Just playing with stuff.
I'm showing stuff, okay? You can do countdowns. You want to show that one?
That sounds cool.
So let's go. Countdown. Let's do. For me, at least, 0100 on. Oops. Not military time. Well, I mean, it is military time, but it's not at the same time. You
What?
s- Um, what's tomorrow's date? Let's do 21/07/2020. There you go. So I set it for 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, countdown, space, time, date.
It's showing that because it's 12:01 where I'm at, so it's showing one full day. If I go in and change it, I don't know what it's showing for you. Is it showing local time for you?
Oh, it said 01.
Oh, okay.
Is
No,
that
I meant
what you
on the actual display.
put? It says 1 day, 0 hours, 58 minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's showing my local time
Expired.
expired.
Wah, wah. And then?
Oh, duh. So yeah, it has to be day, month, year. It's I don't know why, but it's like that. Fine.
57 minutes.
So next we can do. Okay. Stop pushing me around. We can do pause. We can do look at position. So position. That's the exact position of this block. What we can also do is go. Let's go. No. Why are the cockpits not showing up? Oh well. You can also type in specific like items, like cockpits or whatever. That's the same thing. So that's the specific location of this monitor, X, Y, and Z. I don't know if you can do people. Let me try it. I've never tried that before. That'd be pretty interesting. Curly bracket.
Oh, yeah. How did you do the locations one?
Block not found. Wise Wolf.
What? What?
You
I'm
were
right
not found,
here.
sir. Sorry.
I'm right here.
I don't think it's gonna work for me. Nope. What'd you say? Well, how did I do what?
The location thing.
Oh, so it's pause, POS, like on the front of it. That's the initial one, where it's one bar. If you want to do the X, Y, and Z, then you just type in caps X, Y, Z after pause, no spaces, and it'll bring it down like it did. And then you can also do GPS. So
pause GPS or pause XYZ.
yeah. So yeah, pretty much that. Now, if you want to see how high you are, you can do altitude C. Oops, might be good if I spell it right.
I hear thunder.
We are negative 14 meters from sea level.
Wow.
We're below sea level. Great. One other thing, though, if you didn't know, you can actually stack commands. So I can go pause, XYZ, altitude C, and it's gonna stack them. You can do that with pretty much any of these commands if you want to do multiple commands per sheet or per display. We can't show that one on here because this isn't a ship, but you can do ship mass. And it'll tell you the mass of your ship.
I wonder what the mass of your beast is.
Oh God, I don't even want to know.
I do.
I
big
tried
then
to do it on there,
fast?
but I did it when I was stationed, so it didn't work very well. Let's see. Will that work? No, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the basic ones. You can also do speed. Oops. Obviously, it's going to say 0, but you do speed for your ship. A lot of this is meant for the ships. And, yeah, I don't really think there's anything else to go over. Oh, you can do damage.
That would be good for ships. Actually, that would be good for this during the lightning storms.
Oh, yeah.
We had some issues earlier. Bathroom.
So it shows everything that's damaged.
Small cargo container?
Apparently our bathroom is damaged.
Which one?
Bathroom. I don't know. It's not labeled.
Nope. It's not that one.
But anyways, so yeah, so Gatling 4 is damaged. One of the small cargo containers is damaged. Really damaged. And yeah, so that would be good for on the ship.
That would just be good all the time.
Right.
I wonder.
Just damage the ship for the base.
I did.
It won't. I don't think it'll show that because it won't. Yep, there you go. Inventory component display is what that actually says.
Cool. Shoot everything. Just kidding.
Yeah, let's not.
No.
Please.
I gotta go repair it now.
Right. Let's see. I haven't messed with this one. See what it does.
Whoop. Cargo used.
9.9%.
I'm guessing the damage one was just damage.
Yes.
Okay. Simple enough.
So 9.7%.
Now when you said advanced commands, I was thinking like or 10010 slash
no.
colon.
This is just advanced more than showing what an inventory does.
Yeah.
One thing you can also do, which I've had a little bit of good and bad luck with, I guess you could say, is adding and subtracting stuff. So let's say, for example, actually, you know what? For this, I'm going to go over here because this is already typed out. So plus iron.
What?
So, well, iron's already on there, but
Yeah.
So let's do something else then. Let's go. Let's do that. Plus thrusters. That should, when it refreshes, show thrusters. So we have 16,000 thrusters right now.
And it's just like that.
Yep. So you can plus or minus stuff. I've had more luck plussing than minusing. But yeah, you can go minus scrap if we don't want scrap on here. Then it takes scrap away.
So is that like a? Is there a space in between minus? And scrap? Doesn't look like it.
Yes. And so it's like for this one it would be ores space minus space scrap.
Well, there's not a space there.
Okay, then I don't know. Then okay, so no space.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. No, there can be, I guess.
Right.
Let me see. Will that work?
Nope.
Oh,
Scratch
okay,
back.
so no space.
No spaces.
Oops. Didn't want to delete that.
You wrote it
No space in
correctly
that.
and said it wrong.
Yeah.
It happens.
One thing I've come into an issue with, at least over here, is I tried to get rid of canvas and zone chip, and it won't go away. So I'm not sure why, but let's say minus canvas and I quit. I'm done. Bye. Stupid thing. Making me look like I'm not gonna cuss. Not gonna cuss.
Beep 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 beep.
Right. I'm gonna be good. Okay, so yeah, zone chip didn't go away. I wonder if I need. It's because I put a space in there. There we go. Learning on the fly. Look at that.
Was there something special about it?
I didn't put a space in the name.
Oh. Which you mentioned over there.
Right.
So.
See, I'm learning on the go, so it's working. All right. One thing I want to show that is more advanced, and we're going to come over to the programming block. This
Okay.
I'm going to have to kind of guide you through it, I think, because I can't look at it at the same time you do.
Oh.
So if you go into the
edit?
programming block, and click on Edit.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't look at it. And you go down a little bit to where it says like Add whatever. For example, go down to Add ingots iron.
Yeah. Or well, I
You
see.
see it?
Add parentheses iron ore.
Yeah. Iron or well, if you go down a little bit farther, you'll see iron ingots.
Here.
That's the one I was going to say to look at. The one with
There
all
it
the
is.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you notice, I have it set to 5 million right now. That's the quota size. So we had like almost 2 million pieces of iron, and the quota was something like 500,000. So our bar was maxed out. So what I did is I went in and I set that to 5 million so that our bar isn't maxed out and it gives us a higher goal. So if you need to change quotas on anything, this is where you go. You go into edit, you find the item, and then that big number next to it, you edit that to whatever you want it to edit to.
Clear.
So yeah. I think that's it for the quotas. That part's pretty simple. Let me double check that. Yeah, and then there's just a crap ton of other codes. Yeah, so yeah, you just go in there and that's the quotas. And you can do that for any of the ingots. You can't do it for ores or tools, and you can do it for components as well. So I think, and if you want, you can look at this while I do it. Our silicone, no, not on here, on the display.
Oh.
So our silicone ingots are very high right now. So what I'm going to do is set that. We have it set to 80,000. That's stock. So I'm going to set it to. How much do we have it on stock on hand right now? What did it say?
309 kilo.
Okay, so I'm going to set it to 1 million. Since we only have 309,000, I'm going to set it to 1 million. So it's not astronomically big, but it gives us a little extra room. I'm going to check the code, and I'm going to click OK. Everything is going to reboot.
Yeah.
And now silicone is at. Oh, I missed a 0.
Yep.
I can't count. Sorry about that.
That's actually pretty cool that it does that.
Yeah.
Up.
So now
There
silicone
we
is
go.
at 1 million. So that's how you do that. You go in there and you change that number to whatever you want, and you can do that. One other thing that I was doing, or wanted to show, and I just remembered about it, is the missing list.
Missing?
So, missing list. So if you come over here, this
Back
is
to
a
the
good,
wonderful.
yes, this is a good shopping list, let's say. So we're going to type missing. We're going to do asterisk for out of everything. And then let's go. What are we going to do? We'll add in ingots. Ingot, sorry. Colon.
Doing it again.
Yeah, it can't be plural. It has to be one. Colon. Let's do 100,000. So basically, it's going to say what ingots are under 100,000 in stock, and it's going to put them on this list if done right, which I did it right. So it's going to say gravel, cobalt, magnesium. This is all the stuff we have that's less than 100,000. Obviously, like iron, silicone, nickel, those are not on here because we have over 100,000 of those. So if you want to get a little bit more specific, let's go 10,000. So now the list got smaller. So what we can do with this is say, okay, anytime we get under 10,000 on something, it's going to show up here. And we say, okay, we're low on gold. Let's go get some gold. We're low on magnesium. Let's go get some magnesium. So, what was that? There's a wolf. There's 2 wolves just hanging out outside the door.
Yeah, they're fine.
Wow.
Name them Fluffy and Stuffy. We gotta stuff one later.
So this will say like, okay, we need more magnesium. We can go get more magnesium and have it in stock. And you can set the number to whatever you want. You can also set it to specific containers. You can do components. So I can go component. This might be a little long.
Ooh.
Actually, yes, very long. So this is anything under 10,000 that we don't have.
There's the canvas again.
Which is, yeah. Well, I didn't take the minus off of that. So we have over 31. We have 31,000 construction components. So obviously they're not on the list. Pretty self-explanatory, I think. And if you want to look at the custom data, you can see what it looks like.
Missing asterisks. Back.
Now, what you can also do with this is you can do missing NB, no bars, missing NN, no numbers, and missing NNB is no bars or numbers. And if you do missing list, hold on, sorry. scrolls the list. I don't know why all the numbers went away, but whatever. Oh, because it's not actually counting what you have. It's just showing you, hey, you're out of this item. Why did it? That's weird. There we go. I typed it in wrong. So yeah, it shows a list. It still scrolls up and down, does what it needs to do. I think that's a pretty cool one if you are trying to get certain items and keep them in stock.
Yeah, that is very useful, actually.
Yeah. So
we
now,
need to put
what
that
I want
up
to do,
somewhere.
yeah,
We'll do that.
yeah. So now what I want to do is I actually want to go, oops, apparently into that pole. I want to go up into the cockpit on the digger.
Clearly, progress
And-
was made.
Yes. So you can see some of the script running here. So we got the inventories. I narrowed it down, and you can actually go into it if you want and look at the custom data. But I narrowed it down because we're not going to have certain things on this ship at any time whatsoever. So I narrowed it down to what we're going to have. This also shows our power usage. It shows time up there, which I believe that's just a script. Yeah, that's a script, so that's no big deal.
That's the normal one.
You got our timer and program blocks over here.
Needed.
But the interesting thing is, go into the cockpit.
Okay.
So I have everything on those displays. Now, the issue is,
Hold on.
what?
He's sleeping in front of my couch, in front of the fan.
It is pretty hot upstairs.
I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, sounds good.
He's okay.
Yeah, I'll get him later. Okay. Now we're back.
Okay, so if you notice, I have the script running on these displays. The only problem is, this is considered a cockpit. They're all one display to an extent. So if you go in and look, it's named Rover Cockpit 9 LCD. That's saying, hey, I want to use the code on this cockpit. That's its actual name. And then in the custom data, it's very specific with what you need to do. So I'm going to let you go into custom data.
Whoa.
So, yeah. So what you got to do with this, and let me get to my list so I can see.
See,
Exactly
this is
what-
that advanced stuff right there.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to show some of the more uses, the
Oh,
commands.
yeah, absolutely. It's all useful.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So this one you got to be a little bit more specific with the coding. What you can do is you need to find out which screen is which. Normally, if you go into the list on the control panel, for example, if you go to cockpit list of the screens, that's screen 0, screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. Normally, but sometimes not. So, what you need to do, if you go in the control panel, you click Rover Cockpit 9, scroll down to where it says LCD panels.
Oh. Top center, top left.
So top
Okay.
center screen would be 0, top left screen would be 1, top right screen is 2, and so on and so forth.
Oh, okay.
It's normally in that list is the order, but when you're doing your coding, it's a pain in the butt to go back and forth and look at that stuff. So how you do it is you go into custom data and you type @0, which that's saying which display you want to put it on. Auto LCD, saying that you want to use that script. and then whatever you want to do with it. So I'm not sure how I have that set up in there,
Invalid.
so I can't see it. So I have it set up with an inventory list. I have it set up with time and date on a different screen. I have a few different things set up, but that's how you do it.
Your ship mass isn't working.
Because it's not a ship right now.
It is.
It's a station.
It's working.
Oh, okay. What's it saying?
1.6 kilotons. I didn't
Yeah,
know
it's
that
like-
was a number.
It's a little heavy.
Holy God.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you really actually that's without the other stuff. So I was gonna say the grid is 1.55 or 1,559,256 for the grid mass, but there's also more stuff like the subgrids and stuff that it doesn't count. Anyways, so yeah, so you go in, you do at 0 space auto LCD, and then whatever you want the command is. Then you go to the next line, you type at 1 auto LCD, and then the command, and so on and so forth until you get the displays. If you want to find out, and then once you type in a command, or you can just do plain text if you want, then it will come up on that screen, and you'll say, okay, that's that screen there. Then you go in and edit the command to be what you want it to be. It takes some tinkering, but you can do it. It's not that hard. And yeah.
All right.
So I mean, there's some more stuff with like LCD tags, and that's getting like into the physical code of stuff. So I'm not doing that. But and you can do certain things with dock ships, and stuff like that. That's a little bit out of my realm because I don't use that stuff. But that basically that shows you some extra things that you can do with this code system. It shows you a little bit more advanced stuff, how to use cockpits, how to use displays, and what are you doing?
Huh?
It's like scooting around. It shows you a little bit more advanced stuff. I don't know why this thing isn't draining the stone. I gotta go look at that.
Probably because it's full. Again.
It shouldn't be full. But anyways, so I think that's it for this mod for now. I'm gonna look at a few different mods later and figure out what we can do, some coding stuff and all that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I've done what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
I'm thinking the next episode
there's
we might.
one other thing. We have a fallen soldier.
Fuel low.
Yeah.
Our digger's dead. He got murdered.
We were working on something. Well, I wasn't doing anything. Wolf was working on something and broke his ship.
I was trying to park it in between your fat tires and that connector. And because it's so quick, it went wham! So, I'm working on another project, and that'll be later. But, I'm sure you can
And
already
if you
tell what it
notice,
is.
Wolf finally got the mod pack, the new
Yay.
DLC. I mean, yeah, so he can do his own tech stuff and fancy stuff.
Have
yeah.
glowy ships all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
Instead of just sparkly ones.
that's...
Sparkle, sparkle,
Hey, nothing's wrong with that cherry red sparkle.
sparkly.
That sounded
fuck
like
was-
it was in my head.
I was like, what the?
Okay.
What
Anyways,
was that?
we're gonna get out of here. So later.